So recap from the weekend. I think coming out 1-1, we're pretty content with that. Thursday at Sac State, we have the best home court advantage in the conference. But I'll tell you this: Sac State has something going on at their gym. They have some juju going on there that's weird. There was 200 people in that building, and probably 100 of them were Bobcat fans, with our California kids bringing their families out. But they serve the skin off the ball. They're the best serving and passing team in the conference right now, and that really, showed on Thursday. I think our first set struggles were really around serving and passing, and then second set we found a rhythm, and then third set they jumped on us again. So, we had a lot of things to consider coming out of that, and then to face some adversity and go into Portland State and just take care of business. It was so satisfying to see the team put it together the way they did on Saturday. A lot of big performances from all of the team there, and it was satisfying to come out 1-1 on the weekend, I'll tell you that. So that was the weekend.
Any comments about tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
Anything?
What? No. Look, I think it's interesting when we have a Tuesday game. This is the second time this season, obviously, we've had a Tuesday game, and it's the second time we faced the Grizz. And so with a Tuesday game, it changes our timeline a little bit as a staff for preparation. We actually got together last night at my house and had a really productive meeting, having already been able to watch their game film from the weekend, review our film from the last time we played them, and we're feeling really good about the opportunity to go out and play the Grizz tomorrow night in front of a packed Schroyer Stadium. It's going to be awesome. I mean, there's no better place than Schroyer, and there's no better place than Schroyer on a Cat Grizz night. So to do it tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I had a lot of people asking me about tickets and the usual that you get on a Cat Grizz game, and I think the constant reminder I'm giving them is get there before 6:30. I think if you're not there before 6:30, you're going to have a problem getting in the building. I know the last 2 years have had to turn people away, and so I just encourage people, anyone who's watching right now, if you're planning on coming, get your tickets today. Get there at 6:30, before 6:30, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of problems getting in the building. So it's an exciting night. There's no doubt about it.
Do they do limited standing room, or?
Yeah. So there's the capacity of Schroyer is 1,500. Fire marshal limits us to 100 people up on the track, and beyond that we've brought in extra seating and all that good stuff. So we're going to accommodate as many people as we can. But at the end of the day, the fire marshal is king, and it's just an incredible evening, though. For anyone who's never been to a Cat Grizz volleyball game, tomorrow night is put it on your calendar right now, because it's a special event for sure.
Regarding the match, in Missoula, it went to a fifth and deciding set. It was so close.
Yeah.
What's going to be the difference tomorrow? Do you really think it might be the fan base?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, playing here in front of our crowd, in front of Bobcat fans, it makes all the difference to us, and it makes all the difference to them as well, because when you're on hostile territory, it can get into your head, so it's a challenge every time you step out in a Cat Grizz contest, whether it's volleyball, basketball, football, tennis, whatever the event is. It's a challenge for every young athlete on the court or on the field of play to deal with the challenges of that stress. And I know our girls are buzzing about it. I know the Grizz will be excited about it, but they don't know what they're walking into. They really don't. They don't get the atmosphere that we get. When we played over there, they had 1,100 fans in their big basketball arena. I mean, that was, and probably, like I said, we probably had 100, 150 of our own fans there. So we contributed to that number pretty well, and I'm confident that our fans make a huge difference for us. You've seen it in our home matches, the few home matches we've had this year. And that match against Idaho, the fans got us through. In the match against Easton, our fans got us through. We definitely rise to the occasion, and the fans make a big impact on what we're able to do. So it's pretty cool.
Tactically speaking, is there anything you learned from your last matchup going into this one?
The last matchup with the Grizz?
Yeah,
a lot. They got into our serve-receive patterns pretty effectively, so we will make some adjustments there. I think their personnel is like a I know watching them, what they're doing with their personnel is they're trying to get the hot hand on the court. So we don't know exactly who's going to turn up, but we know their systems are going to be the same, and we're very comfortable with their systems. I think a couple of their personnel present a few different challenges, but for the most part, their systems should be consistent. So tactically, we know from our side that we've got a lot better since we played them, and our personnel are different to the last time we've played them. In terms of what position we have athletes starting in, not necessarily who's on the court, but just the rotations we start in. So we feel like we're going into this and we're going to be able to throw a pretty hefty first right hook at them and see how they respond. So it's going to be fun.
What do you think the turning point of the last matchup was?
Ooh, I'm probably not allowed to say. I think there were some referee decisions at the end of the fourth set when we had match point that didn't help us, and Tom's given me the don't say that sign. But at the end of the day, we've got to execute when the moment's there. We've got to be the one that's executing and taking it out of the hands of anybody else. So, it's going to be a battle. I'm not going to say it's going to be anything other than a battle. It could go 3 sets, it could go 5, it could be tight sets, it could be separated sets. It's really it's going to be fun to see what plays out tomorrow night.
So you guys will have a practice today for tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
Will the girls get an off day one day this week? Or?
Yeah, we anticipate taking Wednesday off at the moment. So.
What would a win do for the team and the program at this point?
Right now I forget our exact record, but I know we've got 4 wins in the Big Sky Conference. We're clear in 8th right now, so that gets us into the Big Sky Conference tournament. If we get a win, it ties us with the Grizz at 5 wins, and it puts us in a situation where we can really push to improve our seeding for the tournament. We're in the driver's seat. I had a text from a colleague today in the conference who just said, hey, you guys are doing a nice job. You're in the driver's seat as to what our position is going into the conference tournament, and we are. So a win tomorrow night means exactly that. It puts us in another situation where we're able to control our own destiny. I think it's a win against the Grizz is sweeter than most. There's no doubt about that. But in terms of the big picture, it puts us in the driver's seat, and it also puts us in a situation to do what my goal was at the start of the year, was to have a better record than last year. We're one match off what we did last year. We win tomorrow night, and we match what we did last year, and we still have 3 weeks of conference play. So we're able to keep pushing the program forward in the right direction. I think. You look at what we've done this year already. We've done a lot of things that we haven't done in a long time. Again, we did that last year, and sweeping Portland State in a series for this year is the first time we've done that in 14 years. So when we're starting to look back on the program history and say, hey, when was the last time that happened? And we're able to say, hey, we're doing it for the first time in 14 years. That's telling me that we're going in the right direction. So a win keeps us on that flow, of doing things that we haven't done in a long time in this program, which is cool.
Did you sweep them last year?
The Grizz, we did. Yeah. So, yep, we did.
So proud.
Yep. That was last year. So,
Was
yeah.
This was the first year that you guys were able to play teams twice, correct?
Yep.
One away, one at home.
Yep.
So, would you say that, speaking of being in the driver's seat, not that the first match up with the Grizz didn't matter, but now that your second and final matchup is at home,
Yeah.
just brings a lot.
Yeah, I don't think either one has the same weight to me in terms of the value, because a win is a win. It's one win in the win column, or it's one loss in the loss column. So there's no great emphasis in that regard. I think the part that I'm really enjoying of this second round of conference is being able to say, yeah, we've already played them. We know where their strengths are. We know where they kind of did some things last time we played them. Let's scheme for that. Let's prepare for that. And we have the athletes in our gym. We were able to alter schemes and alter the way we do things. So it's we're really happy with where we're at as we go through this second round. It's exciting.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
See you tomorrow night.